Hello.
I just thought, Clark, I just figured and ba ba was something you would say.
Yeah, I didn't question it. I was just like, I'll ask. I'll maybe ask if I get curious enough, but I figured it meant something. Hey, Dran.
Hello, Dran. Hello, Luna. Hello, Rian. Hello, Clark. I hope we're all having a wonderful Sunday morning.
Oh God, OBS. What the fuck?
What did it do?
I'm getting like 3,000 kilobits.
Ah,
I've like dropped 1,000 frames already.
that's crazy.
You gonna chill out?
Thank you for Roxo, Dran. Oh no, you
Oh,
can't
I have
hear
Discord
me.
muted. I have Discord muted. That's why.
Ah,
That's why.
I must be heard. You can't silence women.
Right.
Alright, see you soon, Luna. I really need to get arm tracking so I can pet Roxo. Oh, it'd be so cute if I could hold
You still
Roxo.
can't. You still can't hear. You still can't hear. That's weird. Okay, I fixed it. Talk now.
Talk now. Smack,
Yeah,
smack,
okay,
smack,
great.
smack, smack.
Cool. Well, oops. OBS is having a real fucking time. It is dropping. I have dropped 1,000 frames already.
That's crazy. I've dropped like 200. I don't know why. Okay, good. You can't silence women.
OBS, you gonna chill out?
What if you... That's your choice. If you choose not to say
What
anything, that's your choice, Rin.
What the scallop?
What the fuck? So, for reasons that I'm sure are somehow my fault, I was logged out of Twitch on everything, and now all of my most used emotes have just reset. So all of my actual, like, most used emotes aren't at the top anymore, and it's quite distressing for me.
What if I want someone to silence me? Rin, what is this?
This sounds like a weird kink. I'm not gonna lie.
And to that I say, objection.
Want someone to hit mute so I can rest? Just go rest. Just go
Hit mute.
rest. Yeah, I mean, I'm not judging. We're kink positive
No,
space
I am.
here.
I am judging. I am judging.
Okay, bye. Go
What
go
the-
piss, girl.
What an excuse. What an excuse. I have to go to the bathroom really bad.
So I said some
like
insane
a
shit.
That's like a Jake and Amir like style bit. Like Amir keeps saying like, just pull over, I'm car sick. And it's like they're just like in the office.
I don't know what I'm saying, but I gotta piss, so peace out. I mean piss out.
And by peace out you mean P-E-S-E.
Peas out.
What the fuck is going on with OBS right now? Is it our internet?
Mine's fine.
No, because then you'd be...
Why didn't my head pad work?
Did you...
I
you do
tested
the
it
thing?
earlier, and not even my hotkeys working. It wasn't working last time, but I thought it was because I was using a different model. What the
Well, that
fuck?
makes sense.
But it's not working now, so that doesn't make any sense. What the... As JJ would say, what the scallop? We're just scuffed to the gills today.
I'm getting, like... consistently hitting down in like 3,000, 2,000 kilobits.
I have no idea how to help you.
Literally, what the fuck? Literally, what the fuck?
The test button works. It'd be kind of funny if the hand ended up being on your friend's hair, not yours. It was just like JJ. Okay, now that works.
Friend?
We're just friends. We're just gals being pals.
Yeah, not to break character, but we're just friends.
We're just gals being pals here. Okay, well now that toggle works, so that's interesting. Girl, why? Girl, why? Do all my toggles? That one works. That one works. That one works. Okay. That's why you say friend. You knew all along it was just a bit that we were married. We're not actually in the same house. That's why my internet's working so much better than JJ's.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday the internet will be good.
I've dropped 2,000 frames. We're just gonna start.
Okay. I'm gonna try to redeem the head pad
Oh,
now and see if that actually works. Okay.
I just don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do.
I also don't know what you would do. The whole thing is just a bet you like playing along. Well, thank you for playing along with us, Dran. Thank you for humoring us. I appreciate it. We gonna go?
Yeah.
Hey, Nick!
What is it this time?
You won't believe how many people are here for the trial.
Well, it is a murder case.
What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door.
Next door?
Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today.
Detective Atme?
They say they're going to try him as Mask Star Damask.
Already? That was fast.
What do you mean? Every court case here takes place like the next day. Boy, I'd love to see the Mask Star Damask trial. Hoopst?
Who said I know?
Hoopst?
By the way, where's Pearls?
Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore.
I know you don't like me. What the fuck? Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh?
Yeah, ever since that incident last year.
Please, don't ignore me.
Oh, Mr. Delight. Good morning.
No one likes me.
Oh, poor baby.
No one would notice me, even if I killed someone.
Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec.
You don't mean you're the murderer? No, I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Now, let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heists.
Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick?
Yes. Are you kidding me? It's possible. But today's trial is a race against the clock.
Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always.
I'm afraid that's not an option. My friend Maya is being held prisoner by Shelly the Killer.
Now it all makes sense.
If we don't get a not guilty verdict, Shelly the Killer is gonna kill Maya.
He's gonna kill her.
Wait a second. Aren't we normally on the other side of the room?
My memory's too bad to actually
Like,
say.
legit, aren't we on the other side of the room normally? I thought we were usually on the... Am I crazy?
I don't know. I mean, like, when it's actually...
I need Luna to comment on this.
She's taking out the trash. She's busy.
Oh, boy. Well,
I
have a
feel like
screenshot
in
of
this
like...
shot, we're usually on the left, but when it is like the actual trial, we're like it's like flipped because we're viewing it from the other way.
I'm talking about this part.
Oh, I don't know. I don't pay close enough attention.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the weak.
What?
Literally, what the fuck?
What are you talking about?
Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. Ugh, he's got the judge in the palm of his hand. Yet again.
Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all.
Nothing this guy says makes sense.
I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot.
No one does.
Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording.
Byron, I love you.
Byron!
That's all my statement means. You understand now, right?
Yes. Well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. What?
Hi, Hams.
Hi, Hams. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security.
Hi, Bunny.
His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day.
Oh, Luna, JJ had a question for you.
Yeah. Aren't we normally on the other side in a case? Aren't we normally standing on the other side? I'm assuming Luna's seeing this.
I'm assuming as well. That's where
That's
you
where we
are
are normally? Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
I had no idea.
And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant.
Thank you for the posture, Cursed. Puppy report. He's being a big old baby.
Oh my gosh, he's being a huge crybaby, but he finally calmed down and he's in the recliner now.
He'll also stretch and hydrate. Thank you, Cursed. Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness. Don't shake your head.
He's just been... I don't know what's up with him for the past 2 days. but he has been cry baby. He has been whining up a storm. I don't know why. I'll play with him. I'll chase him around. I'll, play fetch with him. I'll rough him up a little bit. And he's just big cry baby. I don't know what's wrong. Discorded Joker as Gumshoe. Oh my god. How was your birthday party last night, by the way, Bunny? How'd it go?
I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial.
Like the 3 days? Also, you've never... This is his first case.
But the first one is always the best.
Mr. Godot, your witness.
Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself.
Defendant, well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but...
When Mia was defending me, she allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify.
I'm glad you had fun at your birthday party. That's good. I wish I could have been
If
there.
I were to drink 18 cups, I would probably go into cardiac arrest. Not like that'd lose me the case anyway.
Huh, you've got guts, Trite.
All right then, Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand.
Speaking of needing 17 cups of coffee.
No, you cannot.
You did it, didn't you?
Yes. What? No, that's not true.
Oh
For a
god.
moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever.
Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making.
Get out, take a sip of coffee. Guilty man says what?
I moved you a little bit closer to me on my stream, so we're in love.
And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin.
Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security?
The man who killed the victim says, what now?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home.
Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was.
1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place.
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. I drink your milkshake.
I drink your fate.
I drink it up.
drink it up.
His hairstyle's what's unique, you think, Bunny? I think the visor is crazy.
Yeah.
It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny.
You never know it from the way he's chugging it down. Oh, the redhead. I understand. Mr. Delight. You think that's
got, like-
crazy.
He's got bouncy cinnamon roll hair.
It's true.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. Can the prosecutor please stop trying to be edgy?
That's Edgeworth's job.
Exactly. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow and my internal clock was also a bit...
1 a.m. That's exactly the time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct?
It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure.
Are you asking me out, Mr. Godot?
It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters, then?
Oh, of course. They'd say things like, steal this or take that. Well, why don't you say those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. Now then, what should I do? So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000.
Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder.
Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Oh, is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Oh, why, yes, Your Honor, I was blackmailed into committing crimes you either found no suspect on or found innocent people guilty on.
An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Ha!
A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Blackmail letter didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway?
The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask star to mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me.
He didn't?
Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me.
As long as you have a hot wife.
So that's why Miss Delight didn't believe he was mask star to mask. What? That's why I knew they were just hollow threats.
After what comment, Luna?
Yeah, what?
If it was something I said, I already forgot what I said.
Truly don't know.
Sometimes I just
Okay.
say words.
You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right.
A security chief? You?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge. A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well...
Oh. Yeah, you have nothing to worry about when you have a hot wife. Right, JJ?
I just don't understand why... I don't understand the line of thinking for what he was saying. That's why I was silent. I didn't understand.
JJ wouldn't know what it's like to have a hot wife.
No comment. Still no comment.
My wife is really hot. And I don't know if she said the line.
I didn't.
The world is filled with those who would have said, I wish I'd never asked that.
And I take it back.
Defendant, please answer the question.
I needed money.
You needed money?
Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not hobby.
Spending money is unfortunately not a hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick?
My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief...
You stole some data and sold it.
Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I never asked that.
I need mommy. Oh god.
I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own.
What is it, Nick? You don't look too good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
So you admit you stole data from your company, is that correct?
Yes, I'm sorry.
You stole fizzy lifting drink.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony.
Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know about that. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste!
So, Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? She's sure gonna find out now.
So it would seem.
I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other.
I can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples.
Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright.
There wasn't much to his testimony, was there?
Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least, that's what it sounds like to me.
Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this. We'd better be careful.
But if we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 things were added to the testimony. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Desi doesn't know that. I think that's all true. Desi doesn't know he was fired.
Right.
And then the other thing that got added, it didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. This is the other thing that was added. It didn't scare me. Well, why did you go then, is the first question.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. So maybe we present Desi?
I don't know. Received the other day just doesn't make sense there because they didn't just get married. As far as we know.
Okay. He doesn't actually... This letter wasn't intended for him, but that's not the point of discussion. He thinks it was intended for him.
It was at that moment he knew he was about to face a true attorney.
He knew Bullard didn't have anything, but still went since it doesn't say who the letter was written by. No. He thinks it was Bullard. Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? Blackmailer said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole start a masks thing.
I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore.
Oh. We just had to press this twice? Huh. What do you mean?
The victim had no proof the defendant was Mask Star Damask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier.
But that was all over with once I was fired. But it is true, the fact that I stole secrets was kept under wraps. So maybe the person he sold secrets to was... what's his nuts? Luke Atme.
Mayhap.
Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now a whole year later. Is that really true?
What is it, Nick?
The fact that Ron was stealing company data, I wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge. Yes? Because then his wife would know he got fired?
Yeah, probably.
Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as a company data thief was made public.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own client?
Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow.
It's so true. It's so true. Men are like colonies of bacteria, and women be shopping. So true, besties. So true.
So many facts happening in this case.
That's exactly right.
Well then, Feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo.
Little lawyer amigo.
Yes, now come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing a secret from the public?
Well, now I'm confused.
I mean, do we present Desi?
If it's not Desi, it's Mask Star to Mask. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared, very scared, of having a certain person find out your secret.
A certain person?
Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. What? But I... Listen to me, my Desi, she's...
Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins.
Doe? What do you mean, Doe? You let him put your defendant on the stand.
Yes, we know it was all your wife's fault. It's always a woman's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about.
Oh,
Why does he have that, like, lump on his face?
It's like a mole.
No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry.
well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick?
I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes.
Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife. He killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much.
Luckily, there's a family guy.
The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come on now, tell us. We're all ears.
You certainly aren't all eyes. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. A shadow that said, "Look at me."
Look at
Suddenly,
me.
I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed when I came to. Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is happening? VTube Studio.
Oh, you vanished.
You came back.
You came back.
You were gone on my end, and I was gone on your end.
You were gone on my end.
That's what I just said.
I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Mask Star to Mask struck him on the head from behind.
Of course, since Atme turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Hi, Random.
What's up, Random? A shadow that definitely doesn't look like anyone involved in the case.
Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that.
What are you saying? I really was attacked.
We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Take a break from
We're
writing
having a
to
scuff of a
eat.
time.
Things are going
We're having
wrong
a
left
scuff
and
of a
right.
time.
It's very fun.
Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client.
Ugh, my eye itches. Ugh, gotta itch my eyeball.
If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend.
You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it.
Yeah, scuff left and right. Exactly, Luna. Exactly. Hi,
Shark.
Sharky.
Who was this suspicious shadow? If there were 1,000 of me and even one knew, I tell you, trust me.
Thank you for the head pat and the hydrate. His dodging all of our questions is not helping us win this case.
Okay then. How was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it.
But he's not helping us
Suddenly I
here.
was hit on the forehead. What?
I said he's not helping his case here.
Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. Your forehead? Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? At least he didn't incriminate himself further? I don't know about that. Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. So I think I was a little dazed for a while.
I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking.
Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself.
Thank you for
Maybe that
Roxo,
would
buddy.
knock some sense back into him. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. That? Could you please clarify what you are referring to? Why, my Mask Starter Mask costume, of course.
Wait just a moment. Mask Star to mask?
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as Mask Star to Mask. Of course, I mean my criminal suit that I commit crimes in. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
Nick, did you know about this? He never told me this.
I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either.
Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets.
I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait, that's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind?
Ron, please stop saying how magnificent you looked committing a crime. I need to defend you somehow.
My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony.
I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Mask Starter Mask costume.
Trademark. Copyright.
Oh god. I did not just almost knock everything over. It's fine.
Great. You almost... You didn't knock anything over. Great. Perfect. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. When you came to? Yes, I was passed out in the corner of the room. Do you know when your assailant made their escape and to where? I'm afraid I don't really remember. Huh? Once they hit me, I lost all track of what was going on. I think that's when they made their escape.
Ha, that's certainly a convenient story for you, isn't it?
It certainly is, isn't it, Mr. Wright? It almost sounds practiced.
I don't know why you're telling me.
We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we?
There's not much in this testimony either.
I bet she's still hiding something.
I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him.
I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated.
Nope.
Yeah, we didn't press... That's new information.
Why were you dressed up as Mask Star to Mask? Why? Because I'm Mask Star to Mask, of course.
What are you talking about? Mask Star to Mask's trial is being held next door.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the Mask Star to Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? I think I'll wait and see how this develops.
Hey, why aren't you doing anything?
Because it'll probably end up causing more trouble. I'll tackle it once I'm mentally repaired.
I guess I should prepare myself for the worst, too.
Guess we just have to press. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
What was that? Back up a second.
Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe?
Well, yeah.
Inconceivable. Why? Just why? What reason could you have had? What were you thinking?
Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine?
You know, I just had an inconvenient thing happen while hiding evidence.
It happens to the best of us. Hello?
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
As usual.
Do you mean Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? Don't say it like that.
Ha, so you're not as stupid as you look.
Oh, he's pretty stupid. He's pretty stupid.
You can we don't dumb. His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you?
Well, yes.
Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Looks like a storm front is moving over the fair weather judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. Oh, brother.
This guy stinks.
That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it.
I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense.
Hold on. 10 minutes.
What is it, Nick?
I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body and spend 10 whole minutes to do it?
Under those circumstances? What circumstances?
Oh.
Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were?
That's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence.
We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we?
Okay, she's talking about the testimony. This is the repeat dialogue.
Okay.
I actually don't know what they're talking about.
Hi, Sayo.
Hi, Sayo. I actually am not totally sure. Is it about the buzzer? Or the buzzer record? How's Ace Attorney going?
It's going.
The clients are insane as usual. The clients are insane. So we have to, like, wade through oceans of perjury and the most insane circumstances. Under those circumstances. Did you know I'm an attorney?
He's not insane, just kind of dumb. He's both. He's both. It'd be cool if we could do a stream trying to imitate the Ace Attorney game. Oh god. That would be a lot.
I kind of don't know what they're talking about.
So they're talking about,
you're
like...
not saying anything. You're
Sorry,
not saying anything.
I'm reading chat.
Yeah.
A D&D framework for that? That would be interesting. There might be a TTRPG. So we're talking about the specific circumstances being him Like, I'm not sure if they mean wearing the costume, the specific circumstances, him going there at 1 a.m., the specific circumstances, the timing of this with the thievery that happened. There's just a lot of things they could be talking about with the specific circumstances.
Ignore the thievery. We have currently established that he did not steal the urn. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record?
And what might this be?
Thank you for the hydrate, Dran.
The record for the emergency buzzer that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m.
What?
If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way.
Huh. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building.
It's a security office that he worked in.
Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as a chief of security. There was no way he wouldn't have known about them.
But, as it turns out, the guard never came.
That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser, holy shit, who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend, and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known.
Was a pathetic loser.
Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer was going off.
The buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that if he had been conscious, that is.
Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Ugh. Fine. Let's hear your theory.
Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes.
What if he was German the
Unconscious?
whole time?
So he fainted.
What does that mean, Shark?
That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body.
So what are you trying to say?
Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, excuse me. Thank you for the hydrate, Shark. It can only mean that there was another person in that room. Thank you for the posture. That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight, then pressed the buzzer. Thank you for
Favorite
the
head pat.
hydrate. Stretch
I love the head
and
pat.
pat.
I made the head pat a little longer.
Mr. Wright,
Ooh,
this is...
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard.
Then who pressed the buzzer?
It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button.
So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright?
I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Yes. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. I believe this is the piece of what the fuck?
Incontrovertible. It's like irrefutable.
Incontrovertible. So, like, it can't be, like, subject of controversy?
I'm not sure exactly what the, like, root words of it and everything are, but, like, basically,
I believe this
it can't
is
be
the piece
refuted.
of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for.
The emergency buzzer. Is there some kind of clue on it?
Absolutely not.
Hey, come on. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth.
The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue.
Now I'm the one who's clueless.
Well, what else is new?
This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind.
Ron Delight obviously wiped them off.
He had no reason to believe that the buzzer was pressed. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment.
He touched that button, I know he did.
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask Star to Mask. And Mask Star to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints?
Order, order, order.
It would seem... I've been forced to eat crow.
I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger?
What do you...
What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
The answer is obvious. Luke Atney pressed the button after knocking Ron Delight unconscious so he could be blamed for the crime.
Yeah. It's obvious to you and me.
The only thing that went wrong is that that the loser of a security guard wasn't doing his fucking job.
Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
They're onto you, Nick.
Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts.
It's obvious the killer was left-handed.
It's not Christmas.
I'm gonna get ads in 1 minute, by the way.
You want to pause them?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and pause it here, and we'll discuss the real culprit
In just a moment.
Be right back. around if you did. Welcome back.
Alright.
The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard at around 1 a.m.
And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right?
The killer clobbered Mr. Delight, then sounded the buzzer.
Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed.
Wait. Security was supposed to respond.
Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say.
Very well then.
Oh ho, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
To call the
They
guard.
didn't mean to call the guard to find out what it did.
To call the guard, duh.
I think it's pretty obvious. It like literally says what it does on it, right? Maya just didn't read it.
Yeah.
It says what it does on it. They didn't mean to. Seems kind of hard to accidentally do that. They did it to call the security guard. The killer knew that if they pressed the button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted.
Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose?
Yes. Although, as it turned out, he never showed up.
Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time.
What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in?
No, I'm not.
Nope, that's wrong.
When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer, who we have absolutely no idea who it is.
No clue. Couldn't possibly be.
Hypothetically, yes.
Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that's precisely the real killer. That was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder.
Phew.
Order, order, order.
It would seem. I've been made to eat my words once again.
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee.
Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only mask star to mask, so...
Nick, you mean the real killer is...
We're going to drag that person in here right now.
Gasp. But who is it?
I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. And they also knew that he had been called to KV security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard.
Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard?
Oh, I wonder who it could be.
Pearl Fay. The mastermind of it all.
Oh my god. It was so obvious.
Larry Butts. Of course it was him. That's why he didn't come when he was called, because he was actually
He
the
was
one
too
pressing
busy
the button.
myrtling.
Detective Luke Atney. He's the only one who could have done it.
Ace detective.
You mean Mask Star Damask did it?
Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask Damask at all. He is in actuality the true murderer of Kane Bullard.
What the heck?
Order, order. Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Theft and murder, which is the more serious crime.
They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course.
I just noticed for the first time that the courtroom is full of decaplets. I don't know what that is.
What's a decaplet, bunny?
It's a capital crime subject to capital punishment.
Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atney confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom.
Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as, well, masked Star Damask.
Oh,
10 identical
dectuplets.
people.
Okay,
Gotcha.
okay. Understood. I read the line.
Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along.
To be found guilty.
Mask Star Damask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask Star Damask was Luke Atney's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi.
A guilty verdict. As an alibi.
You know, it's almost time
For what?
for Luke Atney's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Welcome back, Luna.
Mr. Luke Atney's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime,
So we know from what Ron told us, he threw his costume in the trash so Luke would have it. But do we have that as evidence? I don't think so.
Hey, JJ. Did you know that I love you with my entire heart?
That's crazy, because I love you. I
Wow.
also need to hydrate.
Thank you for the hydrate, Luna. It's crazy how we love each other.
Do we have actual evidence that Luke Atney specifically? I mean, the blackmail letter is still assumed to be from the CEO.
Uh-huh.
Code work ahead? What the fuck?
Yeah, I sure hope it does. What are you talking about, Shark?
Oh, I'm guessing in the... Nope. I was thinking maybe there would be a roadwork sign. There's not. I don't even know. I really don't know why Shark said that.
I don't know. Shark, are you just a Drew Gooden fan, or what?
Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal.
Am I really sure about this?
Huh. A bet's only good when your life's the ante.
Mr. Delight, I believe in you! Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you! Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this?
Phoenix.
What was that?
Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust.
That voice. It sounds like... Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess.
Huh. So that's your answer, huh?
Very well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stand.
Yes, Your Honor. This fucker.
Not this guy.
Oh, well, Sir Detective Atme.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh, no, Sir Detective Atme. You were the one who...
You be this judge?
That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant, Luke Atme.
Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please!
Well, well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom.
Holy shit.
Who's this hoser, eh? I didn't know he was Canadian.
My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme.
Accusation? You accuse Mask Star Damask?
That man is not Masked Star Damask. He's just a ruthless murderer.
What?
Why don't we ever get the Canadian judge? Truly, what? This is such a wrinkle in that there are multiple judges here, but we always only ever see the one.
It's, yeah, facts. That is the judge's brother? They're both judges? Both of the judges are Canadian? I mean, he said hoser and A, so I was like, yeah, hoser is definitely a Canadian thing to say. So they're both Canadian?
They were roommates.
And they were Canadians. My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice.
Shark, they're called women. So then she's still alive inside your heart. Nicky boy!
Oh, Mr. Light.
Thank you, Shark. Is it true that Detective is the real killer?
To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. But he's the only one who could have done it.
But wasn't he at Lord Lee Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard?
Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later.
So, you saying the German thing earlier, Shark, made me think of I was watching Timber play Phasmophobia, and every time he was, like, using the spirit box to try and find the ghost, he was like, are you young? Are you old? Are you French? And I was like, why are you saying, are you French? But apparently it's a thing in the Phasmophobia community to always ask if they're French.
Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the
Oh, hi,
stand.
Timber!
Hi, Timber.
Speak of the timber, and the timber shall appear. we gotta know if the ghost is
how
French.
do you do, sir lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly.
I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi the name of Mask Star to Mask.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Atme has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask Star to Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only do the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example.
So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask Star to Mask.
Of course. Very well then, Luke Atme. Let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge.
Thanks.
All right, Mr. Atme, the night of the murder. Speak.
Sir Judge, indeed. I hate peeps. Welcome in.
Sir Judge. He's not normal.
He
Also,
simply
yes,
is
welcome in.
not normal.
We're all ears.
As you wish. Sir Prosecutor.
Music always fades out whenever Godot says something vaguely poignant. Is it poignant, or is he just bullshitting?
I think he's just a
I
bullshitter.
was stealing the urn as Mask Star to Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask Star to Mask was the same time as the murder.
Godot, the ultimate make shit up? True.
It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene.
Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. All according to Kaikaku. There has to be a secret to this picture as well.
Look at his
Even the
phonograph.
Even the great mask star to mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive.
Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination.
A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool.
Wait a second. that flap on his neck. This isn't Luke Atme. It's Francisca von Karma.
A foolish fool who's too foolish to know he's a fool. The ultimate card for any fiction series. Ultimate BS. Absolutely. I think he's trying to say you're full of it, Nick.
The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Foolception? So this photograph is the proof, correct?
Indeed it is.
And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask.
That is why I am called Mask Star to Mask.
But conveniently, that also means there is no way to tell who this really is.
What do you mean?
Are you saying this is not, in fact, Luke Atme? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask Star to Mask to create an alibi?
Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
Oh god.
Who would we name as the accomplice? I just don't think anyone is
Ron.
currently working with him.
Ron would be an accomplice.
Yeah, because he was directing him to do everything.
Yeah. That damn smile.
If Luke Atme was at KB Security during the murder... No!
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
this is a trick. This is a trick.
Sorry.
Exactly. You had an
I
accomplice.
misunderstood.
Now remember you've said that, Mr. Trite, because there's no going back. If you're making baseless claims, I'll treat you to a penalty myself.
That penalty is probably boiling hot, too.
So, who is
So
it,
this was a
Mr.
trick.
Trite? Who was the accomplice?
This was a trick. Because we're gonna say, if we say it's Ron Delight, he's gonna say you're stupid, because Ron Delight, we know, wasn't there. At the time of the murder. It was this person. Yeah.
That's quite the prank you're trying to pull. Do you have any evidence that this person is in fact the accomplice?
Well, the aura this person has around them is...
No, he's aura farming.
If you're going to judge someone by their aura, you'd be right up there as the #1 suspect, Mr. Wright.
Imagine if we say his accomplice is Mask Star to Mask. It's the perfect crime! Oh, I jumped the gun on that one.
I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job.
I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point.
That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken.
You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right?
Indeed. There was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target.
I see. You are truly evil, aren't you?
Yes, evil is what I am.
Hey, Nick, is there something odd about this?
Hmm?
Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona.
You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here. Is that correct?
Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime.
The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
He was simply caught by the very camera he had set up. We all have days like that.
No, the fuck we don't. What are you talking about?
Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody.
It looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's
Gather.
truly the killer, there's got to be something phony in that photo. About the camera that took this photograph.
Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking.
Huh?
You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you?
The look of that photo,
I'm
every time I do it,
afraid.
makes me giggle.
I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered.
I see.
It looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious.
So, this alibi is false?
It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security.
But I'm not really spotting anything unusual.
There are two possibilities. Either the mask start a mask in this photo is fake, or the photo itself is.
Oh, look at this photograph.
Camera data. The warehouse camera went off once at 1 a.m. around the night of the crime.
Phoenix isn't really right for the case.
Wooden box that had the sacred urn. It has pink stains on it. When Adrian dropped the urn's box 2 weeks ago, she also knocked over some paint.
Could Lordly Taylor's staff have a conflict of interest? I don't know about that. Her. That's what we've been saying. We've been saying that.
Found in the shadow of Amifa's statue. So this photograph is proof?
Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I'm called Mask Star to Mask.
But conveniently, that also means there's no way to tell who this really is.
What do you mean?
Are you saying this is not, in fact, Luke at me? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask Star to Mask to create an alibi?
Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
If Luke at me was at KB security during the murder, then the Mask Star to Mask in this picture has to be a fake.
Then there really was an accomplice.
But right now, I have no idea who it was. Yasuhiro died once more. No!
R.I.P. I don't have any idea right now either.
Baseless objections are just what that guy wants.
Herm.
There's got to be another way, and I'm going to find it.
But in this case, it turned out to be my witness. Did we press on that?
Yes. This is different. This is pressing on it again. The basement warehouse and this picture that supposedly captures it, it's got to be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture?
I mean, the fact that the statue isn't there is funny to me. Haha.
Are you implying that this picture is a fake?
You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around to the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place, and there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night.
Very well. Let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny?
The funny part is right here.
Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting.
Not exactly. This stain is actually pink paint.
Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that.
Am I stupid? Isn't the picture in black and white?
Yeah.
Am I stupid?
The judge is stupid.
Fun fact, I think everyone in the profiles except the victim has a theme associated with them. Really? No, Mr. Wright, it's blood from Hope's Peak. Judge is a Danganronpa fan. From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something should be there is nowhere to be seen.
Well, Mr. Wright? What is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon... that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
I myself was there that night the theft took place, and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there.
But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner.
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally.
That's not Wendy Oldbag.
+2.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself, and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance.
Ha! In that case, can you prove it?
Can I prove what?
Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why the statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick?
Did you just call the judge fat? No, no, no. I was expecting the judge to be like, you think I'm fat and heavy? But no. Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it?
Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime?
The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atme.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again, on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions?
It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night.
That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue?
The reason for moving the golden statue. Here's where our battle really begins.
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph. Luke Atme, you pretended to be Mask Star Damask to create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue.
A single fatal flaw?
Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does the lie exist?
The time?
It's a lie of omission. Right?
How do you mean?
The picture is from 1 a.m., but 1 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Day? I mean, what else could it be?
Yeah.
If we point at the paint, that doesn't really, like, make sense. Naturally, the lie in this photo is in the timestamp.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time.
But what does that have to do with the statue being moved?
Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was this statue placed besides the warehouse door?
Well,
The statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint.
Exactly. Luke Atme had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim, and so in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place.
What the...
Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah, so on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there... Yeah, I said this when we were down here, when we were down in the warehouse last.
Uh-huh.
Had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way it had been in his photo.
Order. Mr. Atme, is this true?
A long-tailed
moment,
cat in a
Your Honor.
rocking chair factory? Yeah, that's a thing. That's a phrase. Tends to be a more, like, southern phrase, but it exists. I heard it before.
One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data from the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime.
It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data.
It's alright.
Order. Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this?
The cam for the ruh.
Camera.
Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down.
My 11th cup.
Goddamn, that's so caffeinated. This man is the most caffeinated man.
I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial, which means I'm still good till the last drop.
However, the defense has a very good point.
A good point. So what? We're all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points.
So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and the statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied.
Which is?
That it's only a possibility.
Alright.
Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe
Sludge.
can never reach their dreams.
That's very true.
Oh wait, don't fall for that, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Damask.
Yes?
If there's no funny business in your actions as Mask Star Damask,
It's only a posse of abilities.
there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it.
Yes. Please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. I first received the request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Zavari, it was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that the crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th.
That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it?
Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave.
Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zavari. Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I first received the request from Lord Lee Taylor about 20 days ago.
You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right?
Indeed, it seemed that they had heard of my Zavarkling reputation.
I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. Did you think that was a Maya line?
Yeah, because it switched to her, so...
That's fine. You mean this box?
Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me.
Huh. Interesting new tidbit. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before?
Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the warehouse, on the entrance to that warehouse. However, look at me, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingies.
Not my fingies. I'm bald! Mashi! Mashi's made me bald. Oh no.
Hi, Mashi.
Hi, Mashi. How are you? How are you, my sweet?
You mean this calling card?
That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card.
It's actually cursed. Thank you. Thank you, Luna. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all.
Of course, because Atme knew about that emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. Then no one entered the basement warehouse?
Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse.
Yes, Mashi made me bald. It makes me bald for a whole minute. I have to live with those choices.
And this is the photo that proves that? Huh?
Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much.
Hey, Nick, if this photo is a fake... Detective Atme might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken.
That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. I need to take a good hard look at the court record.
Not a lot to go on, is there?
That detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. That he took this photo well before the actual night of the crime.
Alright then, how do we do that?
There's one thing that Atme stated very clearly, that he had never seen the urn before he stole it.
We need to prove that he's lying. If the photo's a fake, then Atme might be fake too! Oh. Could all be fake. Are any of us real?
So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before?
Indeed, you may ask Lady Andrews to confirm yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I, Luke Atme, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers.
What evidence that he had seen... It's not the poster, right? Is that really relevant? Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight.
Okay, kept out of sight, so...
So it wasn't before 2 weeks ago. It would have been less than 2 weeks ago. At the most. Right?
Yeah.
Atme's actually been dead for a week.
This is his ghost. His gonst.
Unable to see the urn till the day of the crime. Like, I guess the poster is true. Although we technically have no evidence that he has even seen the poster.
That's, yeah.
I mean, realistically, he's seen the poster. I don't know what other evidence it could be. The urn... I mean, it was dropped and all that.
So, how... They hired Atme before they even knew that Damask was planning on stealing it?
Yeah. Yep.
So... Okay, but he still didn't, like, they didn't let him look at it, at what he was guarding. But the calling card for Damask ended up... Was it sent to them? Was it...
Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you?
Speckled urn.
This is it, the calling card.
It wouldn't have been speckled.
It wouldn't have had the paint on it.
Yeah.
I had never seen it. Perfect. Mr. Atme, if you really are Mask Start a Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct?
But of course.
Is there a problem with that calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Mask Start a Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn.
Yes, that is true. But so what?
Truth be told, there is no way that Mask Start a Mask could have known about this pattern.
What do you mean?
This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains.
Paint stains?
And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor.
Ernest?
I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn.
You can't be serious.
And yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Godot hates bits confirmed. What the fuck?
Good thing we love
Which
bits
means
here.
Detective Atme had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken.
Patooey.
Because this photo is fake, your alibi for the night of the murder is no longer holds water.
Go on.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? All right, that did it. He's broken.
Nick? I think it's still a little early for a victory pose.
It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days.
Conviction, you say?
Yesterday we all decided unanimously that this man was Mask Star Damask. And now we're calling him a murderer? You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
That's a good point. Oh wait, don't fall for that too, Your Honor.
You say that Luke Atme was the one who killed Cain Bullard. Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that?
An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest?
Nick, he's getting his second wind. I didn't know he was a fighter.
If he had prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective?
Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case.
Oh boy.
Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer.
Rude.
They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Hi, Harpo. Posture and stretch, you got it. And a blink check? Don't mind if I do.
Blink those eyeballs.
Thank you for that, Pat. Your report. What's he doing? Is he...
He's in the
Still in the recliner?
recliner. He's reclining.
Folks, I love my wife.
Me? That's me.
It's true.
Oh.
Very true.
I love you too.
I, Luke Atme, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Cain Bullard decided to investigate Mask Star Damask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Masked Star Damask. And that is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Cain Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Cain Bullard, blackmailed the defendant.
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter.
What?
I love when we don't get evidence.
Very well, Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
And who in the world is going to prove that?
I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atme and Cain Bullard, We were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report.
Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security.
Nope.
That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight.
Possibly the blackmail letter was sent to... I feel like the evidence to present is the blackmail letter, but I'm not sure where to present it. Mistook?
That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse, mistaka, meaning to take an error.
That isn't what I meant.
Just who did the victim mistake Mask Star to Mask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course.
Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask Star to Mask?
Don't you already know that? Zavari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the famous Tears of Emanon, the magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant.
The defendant?
The victim clearly misread this article, and Zavari, he got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask Star to Mask.
Why do we have to comment on his appearance?
I see.
That was actually an unusually reasonable deduction.
She didn't say actually. You mean this blackmail letter right here?
It says bring $50,000.
And the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's.
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
But I don't see any addressee on this letter anywhere.
An addressee?
This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment. Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there's no addressee is irrelevant.
I wonder.
What's up, Nick?
I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight?
Whoa. Do you have any evidence of that?
For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied?
What do you mean by that?
Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Zavari.
KB Security has lots of security and found all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, I stole data from the company.
Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief.
Here's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail.
Phoenix Wright, more like penis shite?
Oh my god. Hi, Hex.
Hi, Hex.
However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money even though he wasn't actually Mask Star to Mask? On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance.
Yeah, auto shout out. That's what you said last time that you wanted it to be, so there it is. That's what
you
it
really
is.
think that story is going to hold up?
That assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Ronnie thinks he's Mask Star to Mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Well, Mr. Trite.
Was he trying to act like Miss Delight just now?
I think he was actually pretty convincing.
Why do you always have to play the characters doing impressions of other characters?
I didn't think he was actually gonna do an impression of her. I just thought he was reading what she wrote.
I'm saying, why do you have to be why is it always your characters having to do impressions? Now that's just your imagination talking.
Come now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, the result of carefully applied reasoning.
Can we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves?
It's a long story and better saved for another time.
Very well, another time. Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least, not in my experience.
I'm glad you like the auto shout-out, Hex. I'm still trying to think of some for other people. I have several on a long list of people I need to make auto shout-outs for. So you're trying to connect Detective Atme to Mr. Bullard, right?
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either.
In that case, you'll have to talk about the blackmail.
That's true. Was that blackmail letter really intended for Ron?
Since we don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony.
Maybe I'll be able to shake some contradictions loose that way. You mean this blackmail letter right here?
It says bring $50,000.
And the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's?
There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it.
But I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere.
An addressee.
We've read this already, but
I wonder. This is why I don't love when the game wants us to press on something more than once.
Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied?
Mr. Bullard, who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme?
Well...
Wait, where'd my ad manager go?
Did it vanished?
Well, my ad manager's still here. Just the, like, snooze and play and, like, showing the timing for it isn't there.
Huh.
Which is weird. Perhaps if I refresh, it'll come back.
Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right.
When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction.
Contradiction?
I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying that.
Oh, whatever, it came back when I refreshed. That's weird. You're one to talk.
At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior?
Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter.
What?
Don't want you to reveal your true identity. Red diamond you received the other day instead.
I mean, I feel like that's the contradiction, but what am I supposed to present? Desiree?
No. Look, can I look at the newspaper clipping?
Sure, but that's not the red diamond.
The precious gem, the tear of Manon. Okay, so it's a blue diamond. But didn't... What did he get the red diamond for?
For one of the crimes. He stopped one of the crimes.
Yeah, which one?
Not this one, and I don't remember. I think the portrait of Magina. How's the case going? It's going okay. We don't have the ring as evidence. That's why I'm a little confused why they want me to present the contradicting evidence.
Evidence, content of the blackmail letter.
Is it the fact that it doesn't say mask star to mask? Because it doesn't even say that. It just says your identity.
Bring $50,000. Does the photo in that newspaper clipping show his hand?
Yeah. It does.
And it doesn't have the red ring on it?
No, because this was the first crime.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to find some way to make the red ring connection.
I mean, we don't have it. We don't have the red ring. Which is why I don't think the red ring is the thing we're supposed to present, because we can't present it. Let me try to present the blackmail letter.
Okay. Huh.
A little 2-1 punch like that wouldn't even faze me.
I think you mean 1-2 punch.
Missed you right. Try thinking things through a little more before finding faults with others.
Okay. I mean, I don't love what it's asking us here. I sure felt that punch, Your Honor. Anyway, let's try reading the blackmail letter one more time. There's got to be something about it, something off about it somewhere.
Very well then, witness. Please proceed with your testimony.
Mr. Bullard, who wrote and sent the blackmail letter to Rhonda Light. The contradicting evidence in the blackmail letter. If he sent it to Rhonda Light, what red diamond is he talking about? Is what I keep coming back to.
yes, but we don't have a red diamond piece of evidence. The only thing that we have that has a parallel is Desiree Delight. But you said it's not that.
I don't think it's her.
Great.
Yeah, but if that's what I'm saying, if Ron doesn't have red diamond, who does, and what is it? It's Luke at me. He has the red diamond, but we don't have anything to say like that he does have the red diamond. So do we present his picture here? Because that doesn't make sense. Do we present the newspaper clipping because he doesn't have the red diamond in that, so he received it later, and that's evidence somehow? Like,
we're fully aware of who has the red diamond, Luna.
we're just trying to figure out what piece of evidence that we have.
The question is, show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. We do not have the red diamond.
The red diamond belonging to Luke at me is not something we can present. So what evidence can we present that shows he has the red diamond? And we don't have anything that shows he has the red diamond. Like, the only thing I can think of is if that newspaper clipping said that he received the red diamond for that case, but it doesn't say that.
Because he didn't. That was the first heist.
So then I don't know what it is. Because that's literally the only thing I can think of. Hi, Joker. Welcome on in. We're a little stumped right now.
I mean, we're stumped on what to present specifically.
Like, I don't know if we present Luke.
Because how is that contradicting evidence?
I don't know. I'm just trying to bring
We
back.
know he has the red diamond.
So
But
the
that's
black,
not contradicting evidence.
because he's the one who has the blackmail letter, or he's the one that has the red diamond. He's the one the blackmail letter was intended for. But there's nothing to prove that he has the red diamond. So I don't know. I'm guessing.
It's not Luke.
Okay, can we save so we don't lose progress?
Well, we won't. Yes, we can save. I don't want to do that right now, but we can save. We also won't lose if we answer this wrong again. Well, this isn't very fun to watch.
I just think it's not a very well-worded question if it's going to have us do... I just think it's very poorly put together.
Yeah, I really don't love this.
Like, my only other thing I can think of is that he's not wearing the red diamond in the newspaper clipping. And that's literally all I can think of.
Fine, if that's what you'd like to do, that's what we'll do.
It's just the only thing I can think of. And you're not putting out any suggestions.
I did. Why? It contains a picture of the tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel. Is it because the jewel was blue? and it's not a red diamond? That's the contradiction? We've fallen for a red herring of a thing. We thought we were talking about Desiree, but the game expects you to have been so dense to the blue gem not being red.
I never thought we were talking about Desiree.
I always thought we were talking about Desiree. Because he never got a blue diamond. Because he never got a red diamond. What about it? The problem is this jewel's color.
Color. I'm not much for discussing color myself.
I mean, that's the issue with a lot of these pieces of evidence, is that we have to fucking point to something that's a not true piece of evidence first, rather than point to the real evidence first. The real evidence being that there is no red diamond. There is no red diamond. The red diamond is currently on Luke Atmey's hand. There is no red diamond. That's not evidence. That's a lack of evidence. The person who has a red diamond is Luke Atmey. Why are we having to point to missing evidence rather than evidence that we actually have? It's a fundamental flaw with this point of evidence. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tier of Emanon that Mask Star to Mask stole at all.
And your point is, Mr. Trite? So, are you trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right? Trite?
That's what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Right?
Well, that is what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing. Come on! We even have to fucking point this out? Naturally, it was you, Detective Atmey.
Do you have some sort of basis for that claim?
You have been personally involved in every single Mask Star to Mask case, and in the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward.
A jewel.
Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. Also doesn't really look like a diamond. If I'm, being pedantic here. That is the diamond referred to in the letter, which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you.
Ah,
Order in the court, or should I say,
It seems you've gotten in too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite.
oh, I don't like the way he said that.
Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atmey? Are you for real?
Yes, I am.
Nick, come on, stand up to him.
Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world.
yes, it certainly does.
Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atmey's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So, just what was that identity?
Atmey killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret?
This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Luke Atme wanted so desperately to keep secret was his identity as a blackmailer.
Yeah.
This is public knowledge. This isn't true. He was the one making letters and telling Ron how to do his heists.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Atme was a blackmailer.
Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme.
Yes, and blackmailing is a zero-sum game. Only one person is allowed to blackmail everyone else in the world at a time.
Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You have to admit, that does sound a little odd.
It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So, did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tears of Emanon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person, incredibly detailed plans.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron Delight was actually Mask Star Damask.
That is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme.
Silence! Now I see it's all becoming clear.
What is...
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong?
How did you...
You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight, in which case I would naturally know all about his relation to Mask Star Damask.
Well, yes.
Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime.
Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise.
In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know Ron Delight was Mask Star Damask?
Because he was the only one there.
Mm.
What other evidence could we have? Ron Delight is the guard in this picture. Right?
Yeah.
I think I see it.
See what?
When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention.
What do you mean?
This newspaper clipping. It has pictures of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Mask Star Damask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket.
That sounds far too stupid to be true.
Roll credits. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask Star Damask was really Ron Delight. What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Mask Star Damask?
Not only that, but it looks like he wasn't even ace detective. Why how dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective and also Mask Star Damask. Why can't you understand that?
I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity.
Why you? How dare you even dare to imply that I could ever fall to such lowly depth? You yourselves with that big mouth of yours, I say none of you can compare to my genius. You're all just jealous. So goon. Desecrate me. What? Why did he say so goon?
So goon? He wants you to goon to him?
It's enough to make one laugh.
He wants you to fucking goon to him?
It would seem we
What a
finally
freak.
arrived at the real answer.
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme.
Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atme.
Oh boy.
I'm so shocked he doesn't have to piss like a racehorse.
The hammer
Stuck
that
catheter.
strikes too fast has no time to aim.
The visor actually controls his catheter.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling.
Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
It's not how this works, buddy. You don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite.
What do you...
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder.
That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr.
But there's still one thing you've yet to prove.
What's that?
Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security.
If.
Then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No way!
Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright?
This is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office that night.
The prosecution is literally just bullshitting. But Mr. Wright, I like what he's saying. I like his bullshit. Oh, goodness gravy.
Got to prove that Atme was at Bullard's office that night.
But can you really prove that?
That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer.
That night, Luke Atme was at KB Security, and the defense... can't prove it?
I don't know if we have any evidence that does prove it.
Yeah. Because the buzzer went off, but there's no evidence of who pressed it. Kane's list. We can't prove it.
Yeah, I don't think we have any evidence.
I can't prove it.
Just as I thought.
But if we hear more of Detective Atme's testimony,
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite.
what do you mean?
I won't allow for any more testimony, that's what I mean.
What?
Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial. and face his guilty verdict as Mask Star Damask.
No.
Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Mask Star Damask. My verdict will verify that, just as Rhonda Lights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness.
Oh boy.
Order. Order in the court. That is enough deliberation over this witness.
I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is...
Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and...
By then it'll be too late.
Huh? Why?
Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law.
Double jeopardy?
Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else.
Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Mask Star Damask, which means...
He will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned.
No. That's not how double jeopardy works. No. That's not how double jeopardy works. No
What
way.
you're saying... Yeah. Yeah, we're really making some leaps and bounds here.
That's not what double jeopardy
So,
means.
I understand that before they were saying he was too busy committing the crime at Lordly Taylor to have committed the murder. So before it was like, well, if it's proven in court that he's guilty of this and therefore couldn't have done this, then yes, I would understand saying that he would be innocent in this case. But what the fuck are we saying?
The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer.
Ugh. Now there's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atme, will go free.
You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections?
Yes? Objection, Your Honor.
Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme.
Is this Von Karma?
I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
How did you...
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you...
Oh,
Oh, it's
it's
Mia.
Mia.
Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
That voice. No way.
Long time no see, Phoenix.
Mia! This is the true power of the Karain channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now, she is my mentor, Mia Fey.
Now, let's do this.
But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine.
Not yet. The testimony's not over yet.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, that's true, but...
Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, the witness made a number of remarks.
It seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Mask Star to Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Rhonda Lights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Yes, but these comments appear to have no important whatsoever.
Very well. Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor?
Why are we asking for permission from Godot?
Is something the matter, Mr. Godot?
Nothing.
Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at me.
Let's hear it.
Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear the last bit of cross-examination.
Mr. Godot, what are you... Very well. Very well, then. Mr. Luke at me, I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks.
The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer.
So please give us one last bit of testimony.
Phoenix?
This is it. This is our absolute last chance.
Yes, Chief.
Indeed, it's true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Rhonda Light. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask Star to Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy.
This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well.
The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course!
But how did you know about the emergency buzzer?
The police investigation documents went directly through me, and I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer.
Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer?
I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
We cannot postpone Luke Atney's trial any longer. This is your last chance.
Hang on a sec. Just one chance?
It seems the party's about to begin.
Well, Phoenix,
There isn't any evidence that contradicts with that last testimony.
so it would seem.
What do you mean, so it would seem?
Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point at a case breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Cup number 17, the last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial.
find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Is it the fact that he said he was dressed as... He shouldn't have any evidence or knowledge that he was dressed up as Mask Star to Mask. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
What do you mean you guess? This is it!
I'm-
We have one chance.
Bah!
True, I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. Hi, Norman.
What's up, Norman?
And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. Atme has been in the other room, so he should have no knowledge of Ron's late edition testimony that he was wearing his Mask Star to Mask costume during this.
Right.
Unless he was there.
Yep.
Mr. Atme, about this last remark.
You still don't get it, do you, trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement.
I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot.
What?
Mr. Atme, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder.
How can you say that?
Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask Star to Mask outfit. Is that correct?
Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof.
More like your deductions prove that you're a fool.
Heyo, got him.
I'm sorry. Whatever do
But
you
we
mean?
could be bees. This is
good
news.
news. For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Mask Star to Mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was,
Was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There is no way you should have known about that.
Got his ass. Thank you for Roxo, Luna.
You were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask Star to Mask. So then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information?
Well,
Come on, this detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask Star to Mask outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out.
only one.
One way, you say?
Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme.
It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct. Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight.
Impossible.
Okay, great. Awesome.
We never would have known.
Detective Atme, you saw Mask start a mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed the Cane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing.
Look, he knew, and that's my evidence. Your Honor, this is literally bullshit.
What the fuck is happening?
He be crazy.
Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time.
What? Guess what? Is it chicken butt, Norman?
Is it that you think we're cool? Luke's Japanese name, if you remember correctly, was a pun on the phrase, I just want to be loved.
Oh my god, that's actually really sad. Wait, why did Evil Larry not show up?
What an awfully complicated incident. Cane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight.
It was chicken butt? Haha, fucking got
He
him.
then claimed to be guilty as Mask started Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know, you never committed any murder. That's right, I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Mask Star to Mask. Huh? So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said at Double Jeopardy? Now that you mention it.
I've been careless.
Careless?
Oh. Fuck.
What do you think, Mia?
As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent.
Then Mask Star to Mask is really innocent?
It would seem so. For now.
For now. Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty.
God damn.
I'll be honest, I assumed Double Jeopardy didn't exist, because that would be too useful. Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Mask Star to Mask after all.
Yeah, so don't commit any more crimes as Mask Star to Mask.
Duh.
That's it, you're done. You did it, Phoenix.
Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days.
Oh?
I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days.
You mean about becoming the master of the Karain channeling school?
Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother.
Misty Faye, right?
Watch over her, will you, Phoenix?
Of course.
Well, then see you around.
Mia. Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore now that all this happened.
Come on, just be happy already.
Maya.
You've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Mask Starter Mask to boot.
But in exchange, I lost everything.
Huh? What do you mean?
So, I do want to question something here. Yesterday, they declared that he was innocent and that he didn't steal the urn. They didn't say he didn't do the other shit, too.
I mean, that is true. He was not necessarily tried for the other crimes that Mask Starter Mask committed. So
he absolutely could still be guilty if the game didn't have an idiot plot right now.
yeah, Phoenix Wright just doesn't want to deal with all that.
Stealing
Your
security
Honor,
information
I understand you want to pronounce me
security,
innocent, but I really am a criminal.
Becoming Mask Starter Mask, I did it all for one reason, for her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Mask Starter Mask? Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together.
That's not true, right, Nick?
Right, you can mend it with gold. Ooh, you don't have any gold.
You're poor.
Really? We can go back to the way things were?
You'll be fine, and Nick can prove it.
I can? I kinda wish you would check with me first.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together.
Have evidence.
The sacred urn? Right? The
Yeah.
sacred urn? The sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything.
Ah, there you are.
Miss Delight.
You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy.
Thank you. I appreciate that, but I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you?
Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Mask Starter Mask either. Miss Delight, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast, there's no way he could ever get away.
But didn't you say that you hated criminals?
Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective.
I see. Of course I won't leave him. We'll commit crimes together.
Oh, he wasn't being sneaky by not telling you what was going on, not telling you he got fired, not telling you he was committing crimes, not telling you what he was doing all the time when he actually was leaving the house pretending to go to work. You mean that kind of sneaky? I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement.
Desi. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you?
Nicky boy,
Yes?
I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us.
Oh, well, take care of yourself.
You too, Nicky boy.
Gulp, I can feel my face going red.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations!
Talk about bad timing.
Mr. Nick, how could you? In front of Mystic Maya?
No, you've got it all
Never
wrong!
forgive you, never, ever!
Just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said, a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Oh boy, what a bullshit trial.
The
Hi,
end.
Kaz.
What's up, Kaz? Oh,
She's working
man.
at a maid cafe?
You gotta make money somehow. They certainly aren't doing it by lawyering.
Would you like to raid over to Moo Moo Clover?
Yeah. Moo Moo Clover's finishing up her charity-a-thon today.
Yep, so we'll wish them well in their, and we'll give them a one last push with some extra viewership and some extra commenting. Beatos, I love my wife.
Oh my goodness. Coming in right at the end. But they're doing, Moo Moo Clover's doing charity for the American Heart Association. So if you have any extra cash hanging around, it's a great cause. Feel free to donate or just enjoy the stream. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow when I will play some more Murdered Soul Suspect.
Hey, let me make sure I've got my. Have you started your raid yet?
No, not yet. Beto's been lurking.
This is painful. Okay, great. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us today. If we don't see you later this week, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.